Whoa, you're here. I'm here. Everybody's here.
The
What's up,
hate.
everybody?
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It is your latest and hopefully greatest and hopefully favoriteest wrestling podcast. We are the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. I am Kills at Wills.
I'm Billion.
And tonight's episode, this episode, whatever time you're viewing this, is going to be about Money in the Bank with a little bit of Worlds Collide.
Sprinkled in there.
Just a little sprinkled in there. We're basically going to kind of fly through Worlds Collide. Let me preface that all by saying Worlds Collide was a great event. It was a great example of some of lucha libre wrestling, and I think that these cats, if they get integrated into the main roster at all, are going to be super fantastic. But for Worlds Collide, we're pretty much going to run through just who won, who was in the matches, and who won, and then we'll dive a little bit more into Money in the Bank because it was a pretty good event.
Yeah, so Worlds Collide, it was the WWE's largest live streamed events, like by a lot, which makes sense because I mean, I'm sure they've had a bunch of live stream stuff, maybe like post pre-shows and all that stuff, but from what I hear, it just blew it out of the water, just numbers wise. And from what I've seen from highlights and everything, like it was a hell of a show. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, so you will be leading the march in this one.
Well, it did not disappoint. Worlds collide, everyone. Live from Los Angeles, the Kia Forum. It was across the way from the Intuit Dome where Money in the Bank was. But we had Corey Graves and Conan on commentary, so it was good to see Conan.
Oh,
Uh,
that's cool.
Corey Graves is always a great. I like Corey Graves on commentary. I think
I
he
do
brings
too.
to the table. I think he's really good.
Yeah, he's been doing
Um,
great.
I don't want to. I hope that I don't mess up the young lady's name. Dira Barea sang the Mexican national anthem. She was the mariachi singer that Kendrick got on the GNX album.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was that young lady, and she nailed it. It was awesome. Lillian Garcia sang the our national anthem. So she broke that out because I think she's done that a couple times now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, serviceable. I'm not gonna throw her under the bus. Serviceable. It was a hard act to follow because she Miss Brea nailed it, but Lillian did okay. She did okay. She did okay. Um, the first match was Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana versus the LWO with Dragon Lee and Cruz del Toro, and then Lince Dorado, who was a member of the Lucha Dance Party.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. Really great match. Mr. Iguana, if you get a chance to check him out,
Hmm.
check him out. Like he comes out and he's got the face paint. He's doing the like that whole thing. He's got this stuffed iguana that he like can puppeteer and really gets involved in the match.
Hmm.
It was a pretty wonderful thing.
All right, new generation Jake the Snake, I suppose.
Man, who knows?
Who knows?
Aerostar was a really great watch. He did something I'd never seen before. He did some kind of flip from the like a double flip onto the ring apron. Not really over, but just some amazing freaking.
Hmm.
So Aerostar was great. I thought it was a five-star match. It was great maneuvers, a great display of high flying. The winners was Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. And then sitting ringside is Dom and Liv. And Dom's up there talking his mess, and Octagon Jr. not
Hmm.
having that. And so Octagon Jr. hits him, and Dom's like, "Well, hey, I'll see you at Money in the Bank, and I'll put the title up."
Well,
So that
there
was
you
a nice
go.
surprise for anybody who watched that.
It seems like they like to put both US titles up at the same time and both IC titles up at the same time. Because they did that with the last PLE or pay-per-view where they had the both US titles up for grabs. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, Dom does tout that he's the greatest luchador of all time, so why not be at this AAA pr cross promotion front row ringside with his belt and take on one of these newcomers? Well, newcomers.
Right,
So
right,
great. And like we said, there was going to be another match thrown in because four just didn't seem
absolutely,
like enough for the pay-per-view, and there's that fifth
exactly,
match we were both talking about, looking for. So
exactly.
yeah, I can't wait to talk about that match. That was a great match.
It was. Then we had Dallas and Chica Tormenta versus Lola Vice and Stephanie Fakir. Uh, Lola Vice, I put Lola Vice taking bumps. Um, Lola Vice, yeah, was good at taking bumps. I didn't think she would kind of going in, but she sold. She's good at selling.
Hmm.
And Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer are the winners of that match. Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer are doing a double of I forget what she calls it, but it's the move where she put
Oh,
her
the
ass.
Devil's Kiss.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Lola Vice and Stephanie did a little double kiss, and
Little stereo.
it was very
Nice.
nice. It was a nice. Hmm. Shout out Chewy was out there. Chewy Martinez was out there interviewing people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was cool. Then we had Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar, Angel Umberto versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner, Pagano, and Psycho Clown. Psycho Clown has a really dope
I
mask.
knew
He's
you'd dig his
got
mask. As soon as I
the
saw it, I
mask
was like, yeah.
with the tongue hanging out, but that's part of the thing. And he can, I was just like, bro, that's so
And it's
dope.
all like rhinestoned out and like, yeah, against your guys and Legado del
He
Fantasma.
came out in
And
some
just,
real
yeah.
nice matching camo fitters. That was really dope.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, that was really neat because they were ready for war and they actually got the win. Uh,
Nice.
Legado del Fantasma pulled it off, so I was super juiced about that. But uh, the people put on a great, they put on it was another great show. El Hijo del Dr. Wagner got a big pop.
Really.
Pagano got a big pop. So all three of these cats got big pops. So I think people were waiting to see these cats in particular.
Hmm.
Um, so the next match was for the NXT North American Championship,
Oh,
and it
yes.
was Ray Phoenix versus Laredo Kid versus Javon Evans versus Ethan Page, who is the NXT North American Championship. You were not lying about Javon Evans. He
Right.
is a great athletic young man, super dope to watch.
Hmm.
Laredo Kid came in as the cruiserweight champ of AAA, so he
Okay.
came in with a little bit of pop. Uh, Another great little four-way match. But Ethan Page came out with he was able to pick up looked like Javon Evans came in with a out of nowhere with a dive and a big save. Looked like he broke up a pin, and Ethan Page took advantage of that and was able to ego it out and get it. And so he's still the NXT North American champion is Ethan Page. And then in the main event, we
Hmm.
had a championship match for the AAA Mega Belt. It was Chad Gable versus El Hijo del Vikingo. Um, Vikingo with that 630 splash is a great thing to watch. He's a
Yeah.
spectacle. He's a spectacle.
That's why he's the
Great
champ.
match. Yeah, great match. And Chad Gable is he's so much in his Kurt Angle bag right now. Like it's pretty neat. I'm starting to get a lot of respect for how Chad Gable works in the ring.
Hmm. Yeah, me
'Cause
too. I was actually just listening to the Raw recap, and he was on the show, and he was like, I felt like it was like a legit interview, like he wasn't in character, and he was saying how he's such a big. They're like, oh, you must be like a wrestling fan. It's like that's like not even half of it. He used to be one of those tape traders back in the day. So when he was off training, when he found out he was going to be doing this AAA stuff, he was watching just old matches on the treadmill, like old tapes. He was saying Rey Mysterio versus like Ultimo Dragon stuff from like early 90s.
Boom.
Just so like he's almost like a connoisseur, like just with all this lucha stuff he's been studying. So he's definitely done his homework and trying to find ways to do reversals and other moves that you just haven't seen before. So
But
it'll be exciting to see what else he does.
indeed. El Hijo del Vikingo gets the win. Still your AAA mega champ. And that was Worlds Collide. It was a great showing. It was a really great showing. If you get chances to watch it either in its entirety or watch some highlights, do yourself a favor. It's some good stuff.
Excellent. Definitely. I have to definitely look into that one.
There we go. Which leads us into
Money in the bank, boys
Money
and
in the
girls.
Bank. Go ahead and lead us off there, good sir. With
It
Money.
was a great show, and it actually kicked off with a match that we expected probably was going to end the show. But hey, we don't make the card.
We don't make the corner.
Yeah, so it kicked off with the women's Money in the Bank match with Stephanie Vercare, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Naomi. Oh God, I'm missing a few more. Who am I missing kills?
Uh, Julia,
Julia and Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez.
There we
Yes.
go. Those are the six. And
Mhm.
boy, I mean, we were talking because this was another one that we watched together, which is
Yes.
it's great. Um,
Always.
and look like it's like wow, those seats aren't full yet. It's like these people are missing the show, and I mean, we didn't miss it, but those people did. But hey, it was a hell of a match to start the night off with.
I think those empty seats got filled maybe almost like right around when the match was wrapping up. And
Yeah.
it's just like, man, y'all missed entrances. Y'all missed a good beginning, kind of everything.
Hmm.
My boy Arturo, who I work with, who's a friend of the show, um, he went to Money in the Bank, and I brought that up, and I was like, man, look. He's like, yeah, it seemed a little sparse in some places for the beginning of the match. So yeah,
Hmm.
wasn't just us. It was a real thing.
All right, well, their loss, our gain.
Hmm.
Wonderful match.
Indeed. I have Rhea buried in ladders by Roxy and Julia. At a certain point, Roxy and Julia get to teaming up, and they just every ladder they find, they're just dumping on top of
Oh yeah.
Rhea.
It was like a dog pile of ladders, and that she's laid out there for a while, taking a break and doing because
Mhm.
Rhea was doing a lot in the match. There was a lot of throwing around and a lot of muscles she was throwing around. So
Showcasing, man.
yeah,
A
it
lot
was
of
her
show.
first ladder match. She'd never been in a ladder match before, so
Mhm.
she probably had the least amount of experience in this
Yes.
type of match. With Naomi be having the most, I think this was her fifth that she was in. So. We got to see a devil's kiss on the ladder. We got to see people flying left and right off of ladders. Like Stephanie Vaquer, the newcomers they put on a show. They really did.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Roxanne Perez. I'm Julia's starting to grow on me a little bit. I like
Hmm.
to see her maybe a little bit more. I've been a fan of Roxanne Perez since I first saw her. And then yeah, same thing with Stephanie Vaquer, where I was like, well, who's this broad?
Well, we
Her
know
name
now.
is Stephanie. And she's these women put on a great match. Got to see double finisher on the ladders. That was fantastic.
Always.
Uh, but at the end, there can only be one winner there, Billiam. And boy, did we get a good winner.
Oh, the women's division is in for a rude awakening. Naomi took home the briefcase kids, and boy, I mean, it just fits perfectly with that story. She can go anywhere. Tiffy was getting in her way when she was trying to get the belt last year, and so she's a little beef there, and but she can go anywhere with this belt or with this briefcase.
Yeah, I think this is all getting set up in a way to, I think Bianca, once her finger heals, gets the belt, and then I think Naomi ruins her day. At
Mm.
some, I think at some point. But hey, y'all ladies out there, y'all need to proceed with caution.
Ooh, nice, nice pull. Actually, she posted a
Caution.
video. She posted a video. She opened the briefcase, like, what's inside Naomi's briefcase? And it's like a roll of caution tape, like a rainbow switchblade, like it's a whole bunch of just random shit that she just had in there. This girl is going above and beyond, and I love it.
Great.
So watch your backs, ladies.
Sometimes heel turns, man. Sometimes heel turns get you that next. You can tap into some things where you don't have to be all like, hey.
You don't really have a rule book you have to follow.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
freedom.
So that was the opening match. Good. It was everything I was excited for. So I
Yep.
was happy to see it. Was not disappointed.
No, not at all. It was a great match. Great showing by all six.
Indeed, indeed. Round of applause to all the women. Fantastic. Um, that brings us to the surprise to some. People who tuned in and didn't watch World Collides all of a sudden were like, wait a minute, what Intercontinental Championship match?
Oh, like
Yeah.
this guy.
Hmm.
I was like,
Now,
ooh, Dominic Mysterio match. That was a pleasant surprise.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. I couldn't wait to tell you when you got in the door. I was like, ooh, guess what?
Yeah.
Octagon Jr. versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio with Liv Morgan,
Hmm.
Tom's corner. And I tell you what, man, it's why. the showing that we saw is why Dirty Dom is starting to become one of my favorites. He just gets better and better every time I see him. And
He's yeah.
having seen Octagon Jr. and then them getting into it, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a brilliant match for people that hadn't seen Octagon Jr. do his thing.
Yeah,
So,
we talk about John Cena writing or basically following the heel rule book right now. Dominic Mysterio is rewriting it. During the match, like not only is he doing fantastic lucha moves that we know he can do, but he's also talking trash to the other AAA members who are sitting front row and saying, "This is what you give me," and it's like
right,
I'm better than all of you, and he's just
right.
hitting frog splashes and just doing what he does.
It's because his father never really went heel. Because I don't remember Rey Mysterio ever really going bad.
No,
So it's so funny that he's kind of embodying this whole Eddie Guerrero thing because yeah, Eddie Guerrero was mostly a heel.
yeah,
So he had that run and then he turned on Ray and damn near ended his career as a heel, damn near. Um, so it's just funny to see him kind of taking this lie, cheat, steal kind of mentality to a real like dirty level.
yeah, it's great because again, yeah, it's not his dad, but it's like it's the closest, it's like the biggest heel in his family, basically.
Mhm.
So it's really what he has to go off because, like you said, Ray never turned heel, but Ray never had to.
And it's this weird, and it's in a way, it's this continuation of a story that's been going on since he was a kid.
Yeah, since he was 8 years old.
Right. This whole thing of like, oh, Eddie Guerrero might be your dad, and oh, your pops was never there for you. Oh,
Yep,
like,
that deadbeat.
man, like, yeah, for the young people that don't really know where that comes from, like, no, this has been a thing. Like,
Yeah,
this
go
has
find
been.
that SummerSlam with the ladder match for custody over Dominic.
Yes, right.
Hmm.
Been a thing. So yeah, it's good when you have Liv in your corner. She can offer some distractions and do some things and mess with life, which is bad for opponents of Dirty Dom. Because hey, guess what, y'all? The greatest Intercontinental Champion
It's
of all
still
time is still
and still.
hashtag and still that guy. So that's how that ended there. Dirty
Yeah,
Dom is
because
still Intercontinental
more
Champion.
than once during that match, I was like, he can't lose his belt. Like, it's not time. He needs to hold on to it much longer. It's like, I don't know, man. I was like, no, he has to. And thank God he did.
Yeah, no, Octagon Jr. is no Santino Marella. Only real special people can just pop out and win the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, true.
Uh, what's next? That leads us
I think it was
to,
the other Intercontinental belt.
yep, there it is, the women's match.
Mm.
It is Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. What say you, Billiam, about this match?
Woo! Yeah. It's slowly it's catching on kills. But I promise. Slowly it's getting louder and louder every time we hear it. Lyra Valkyria is getting better and better the more we see her. Just on the mic, in the ring, just overall. This feud with Becky Lynch was, I mean, she was already going places, but this feud with Becky just kind of put her above. So, it's great. I can't wait to see where it's going to go next. But this was a great match, Kills.
Becky Lynch, definitely one of the better people that they could have put Lyra with.
Hmm.
She obviously wrestles with her like she wants her to succeed. You can tell there's behind the scenes real
Oh yeah,
camaraderie.
she's pushing her.
Yeah.
Or is stepping up to it and going
And
beyond it. So it's
letting her know how to do this thing.
mhm.
You know what I mean? I like my heel Becky Lynch.
She's fun. She's very fun,
Becky Lynch.
especially with the promo that she cut on Monday.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a later episode, kids. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's she heel Becky Lynch is so much fun.
It's so much fun to the point where it looks like we might have had a little bit of a controversy, as Prince would say. Michael Cole would agree that it looks like Becky might have grabbed some tights
Hmm.
and it might have rolled Lyra up a bit, and then you had, yeah, hey, you gotta lift my hand, and not only that, no, you gotta put it on my waist, and yeah, Lyra at one point's like, you know what, I did, yeah,
Yeah, she was like,
yeah.
I only asked her to help me put it on because I think she dislocated my shoulder from raising it so hard all four corners of the ring. I just needed help, that's all.
Yeah, yeah,
Classic. So
solid. Mhm. Super solid, super solid. So yeah, a good match. I figured it would be. I
hmm
think you've been working long enough. They've got a nice cadence, a nice balance.
Yeah, they've been working since Mania
Right.
and just getting better. So we'll see where this feud goes from here
Indeed.
because Becky Lynch ended up picking up the victory and she is the new women's Intercontinental Champion.
Indeed. All
So we'll see
right.
what's next for Lyra and Becky, which takes us into the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was Penta versus Andrade versus Solo Sikoa versus L.A. Knight
Yeah.
versus Seth Rollins and El Grande Americano.
Boy, this match was so much fun. It ended how I expected it was going to end, but how we got there was a journey.
I'll be real honest, I did not see the homie dude winning.
No, you didn't see Seth picking it up, huh?
Did not see the homie dude winning just cause. Well, and then in hindsight, well, it does. It just creates a very good story where you could run a certain line.
Right. That's
Um,
that's that's what I've heard from a few places where it just made the most sense for his story. And then I even heard a theory where since Cena's out to ruin wrestling, Seth Rollins has talked about how he's the only one who can save it. So maybe sometime down the road, Seth Rollins is going to cash in and save what he loves so John Cena does not ruin it.
and like, and even Arturo, homie dude I was working with, he was just like, I've never heard anybody compare Seth Rollins to Chris Jericho, and I'm like, I'm telling you, bro.
Go back and watch.
Could go, go. This play, you'd have to go watch. You have to go Google it. Yo,
hmm
Schnapper. Yeah, but just the hearing his whole intro, like I am the revolutionary, I am the visionary, I am this. I'm just like, yeah, you're fucking Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Welcome to Raw's Jericho. I'm the
Yeah,
Monday Night Messiah. I know.
yeah, man. And now I'm here to save wrestling when that's one of Jericho's reincarnations. He
Save
came,
us. Yeah.
save us, Y2J.
Save us from Randy Orton.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I mean I gotta tell you, it's getting hard to be an LA Knight fan, man. He's like the new Jeff Hardy, where he's just getting so close and it's just ripped away from him just at the last second because he was putting on a clinic in this ladder match. I mean, this is the third time he's been in, so third in a row. So he was just going back and forth. Penta and Andrade had good back and forth with each other. El Grande Americano had so many cool sets and just the whole thing with the ladders and going from outside the ring and then pushing it over to fall in the middle of the ring and then going
Yeah.
up that way. I sincerely thought for a second that he was going to win.
I think we both in real time we were watching it. We were just like, nah,
No. We're
they're
like,
not
no,
gonna
no.
take this, is he? They're not gonna. Are they actually going to pull this off? Like, yeah, but no. One thing I think we both kind of predicted was like, yeah, there's certain people that could come in and try to jack up the party,
Which happened.
which happened. The Braun came out.
Braun, man, that
Braun
spear, dude.
Bronson.
Braun Breaker and that spear is insane. He took out
Oh,
Grande Americano. He took out Jeff Cobb Mateo, which Solo Sikoa and Jeff Cobb or JC Mateo came out to
He
help out
comes out.
Solo.
Fatu comes out. Can we talk about the Fatu turn real quick?
Please.
Oh man. Oh, hate you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. Because Solo's pretty much turned into like the funny guy. He's in the ring, facing the three faces in the ring, and doing that like for LA Knight, and he's like doing the thing in front of Penta. He's like, "What are you gonna do?" And then they just beat up on him. Like Solo's having so much fun right now. So he goes and Jacob Fatu sets up the ladder, he climbs it. Solo's like, "Oh, this isn't tall enough. I need the bigger one." So gets down. Solo gets, or Jacob gets the bigger ladder and he climbs up and then goes to reach up and
What was
what's
it?
that? Was on his ankle there, kills.
Not the fireball. What fireball ladder?
Yeah, it was a fireball ladder.
And it was so funny that we were in the in real time making fun of it, like, oh, we
I was like, because I was
know
telling you about the
how
Slim
fucking
Jim table.
problems.
And I was like, when are they going to start putting stuff on side of the ladders? And then the very next segment is Chad Gable telling him about the fireball ladder. It's like, there it is. So much fun. I love it.
They're listening, kids. They're listening so
Listening.
much faster. Oh man, man. I just not to sidetrack, but I think of like Major League Two. I think he steps up on what the hell is this crap? And all the advertisements all on the wall.
On the wall.
For shit. And Bob Eager's like, hey, by the way, anyone looking for a good proctologist might want to come and check out the sign by the 340. Yeah, everything's brought to you by something. Matches are brought to you by something.
Yep.
A
Every
lot of
match has a
stuff.
different sponsor. And now the
Turnbuckles are
weapons.
brought to you by something else. Like,
Hmm.
there's so much, dude. There's so much money in those.
Yeah. It's like, I'm
Anyway,
not
yeah.
mad. Yeah. Anyway,
Seth Rollins won, y'all.
he did.
What are we going to do?
We're gonna
Seth.
watch Jake Fatu and that face turn that he had, man. Because
Oh,
he wrecked Solo Sikoa. But it was
yeah,
time. It
I
was gonna
smell a
happen. It
night,
was time.
smell a Night of Champions match coming.
Yeah. He's the most unhinged babyface the WWE's ever seen. I've never seen somebody so animalistic and like people love
Yes,
him. It's
it's
great.
if Umaga had ever gone face. Yeah, yeah,
It's great.
it's very great. It's very great. All right. So between that and the main event, we actually got some announcements. Uh, we found out that WrestleMania had canceled their trip to New Orleans. They said, "No, we're not doing New Orleans.
Nah, Nolans.
We changed our mind." And what they're going to do is they're going to go back to back. They're going back to Las Vegas
Haven't
and
been back to back since Atlantic City with 7 and 8, right?
Trump Tower, Trump Plaza.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, boys and girls, back in the days when y'alls were youngins and young WrestleManias, there was a time before the dude was president, before the dude was firing people. He was just running hotels and whatnot, and um, he and Vince McMahon got real cool at one point, and yeah, he did back-to-back hostings of WrestleMania.
Yep. And there he is, front row. You
Yeah,
see
there
him.
is, bro, yeah, needs credit. Even on the sign, it's like WrestleMania on the side. It's just like Trump Plaza because it had to be on there.
Yep.
Because
And
he's
that's not
in.
even the WrestleMania he was involved with, kids. Go look at
Correct.
WrestleMania 23, but
Right.
another story.
We'll get to WrestleMania 23 when we start going through some stuff because
Yeah.
that's one that's it's okay.
It's okay.
Of course, I'm a little biased to the main event because that's my guy. So,
Hmm.
anyways, back to Las Vegas WrestleMania, y'all. So, uh, if you want to go, I think pre-sales already up. If you want to put your name in,
Hmm.
uh, so go on ahead if you want to.
Oh,
We'll
I
see.
really want to.
We'll see. You know what? That
Think
maybe. You've got a pretty good tax bracket going. I got a pretty good tax bracket going. Maybe we can afford some.
maybe we can swing some next April.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. I know where to find you. I
Yeah.
know where to find
Yeah. You're right there.
you. King and Queen of the Ring are coming back, everybody, and they announced that they're going to start some qualifying matches. We will actually talk about um,
The first
was it
two.
one or two. I think two of them qualifying at
Hmm.
matches. When we talk about a little Monday Night Resolve, okay, and then we find out Nikki Bella is going to return to Raw. She's going to come and make an appearance. Go with Nikki Bella.
She did, which is funny because it's also the first Raw in a long time that Cena was on. So they were both on Raw at the same time. But they
Right.
They used Nikki because I mean we'll get to it raw, but she was promoting Evolution, and they were in her hometown of Phoenix,
And they
so
were in her
that's why
home.
she was there.
She's actually from Phoenix. I thought they used to say they're from like Scottsdale
Oh
or
well, yeah, but
okay.
home, whatever. They don't
Home
have,
state. Home
yeah.
state. Close enough. You know,
It's like we're from the Bay Area. It's like where are you from? The Bay Area.
right.
Like where's that? So, San Francisco. Oh, okay.
Okay, where are you from? Oakland. Oh, no.
Uh,
You made it out. Oh, jeez.
I'm still there.
And then it just reminded everybody that Jay Uso and Gunther were going to go ahead and squabble up on Raw.
On Raw, yes, sir.
Speaking of Jay Uso, that brought us to the main event of the evening.
Ooh.
A little tag action, little tag team action. It was Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. Can I just say, first off, shout out to Logan Paul for the coming out with the drone,
Hmm.
letting the drone fly all the way around, different camera angles, the drone coming, returning to the drone, and then it flying back into his hand once he's in the ring. Well done.
Yeah.
For you know me, Billiam. You know I'm a sucker for a good different kind of flex and entrance.
Yeah. So can we jump ahead a second to when he caught the drone later in the match and took a superplex from Cody Rhodes? Whilst holding
Absolutely,
said drone?
absolutely.
That was the best camera angle I've ever seen.
That was that was pretty wonderful. We're like shouldn't try to incorporate that into the game somehow. Like that should be. I would say it should be a move going forward, but Logan Paul is the one who got fucked up on it. So maybe
Right.
if he can
Because
find a way to reverse it and maybe
what
have that.
he was standing on top rope, he was
Mhm.
talking trash, he caught the drone, he's like, "Look at me, I'm gonna do this frog splash, whatever." Cody Rhodes comes out of nowhere and just hits him with just the whole time holding the drone. So good. This was also the first time that we've got to see John Cena in heel mode in a tag match, which
Yeah,
again, he was doing by the book heel stuff. He got hit by one move and took off to the corner and did a tag to get Logan Paul in, and they're tagging each other in back and forth, like without the other knowing, and it was perfect tag match.
yeah, yes. John Cena, I think, definitely giving Logan Paul some heel tips. It's not hard to hate Logan Paul. A lot of people just genuinely do not like him. So I think he's living his best life as a heel. And John Cena loving life, doing that as well. Just healing it up.
Yeah.
Um, but biggest shock of the night is all of a sudden at some point there's a figure dressed in black comes out and attacks John Cena. And he pulled
I was
no.
like, is it CM
Remember,
Punk?
I remember the only giveaway was we were sitting there watching live. Somebody comes in, we're both just like, "Oh, is that might be Punk?" And we're looking like, "Oh wait, no, he's black."
Yep, you saw his shirt kind
Clearly,
of up a base, like,
we both
oh no,
said,
we know who that is.
"Oh shit, that can only be."
Yeah, and it was.
And it was. Our truth is back, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. They heard you. They heard you. And he came out and then he hit Cena with the belt, takes him
And
down, and
then took off.
that helps Cody and Jey Uso get the win. And that was Money in the
That
Bank,
was Money in the Bank.
everybody.
What
Man,
a
it was
great
a
show.
pretty good show.
Yeah,
Well, that's about it, y'all. That's the recap.
there
That's
it
it.
is.
I mean, that's all you need because I got things to do. You got things to do. He got things to do. But before that, hey, Billiam, tell him real quick what's the score? Tell
Oh,
him
with pleasure. You can find us, kids. Oh, first of all, comment down below. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what your favorite match of either Worlds Collide or Money in the Bank was. Tell us what you want to hear, any suggestions. We want to hear it all. Also, you can find us on Instagram on Section 8 Wrestling Pod. Also, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Music. Just search Section 8 Wrestling Podcast and you'll find Kills and I for all your wrestling goodness.
And it is goodness, everyone. It is goodness. It's good to be here. It's good that you're here. But we gotta go. And it's good that you stopped by for the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. I'm Kills at Wills.
I'm Billion.
Hey, we're gonna see y'all on the next one.
Night, y'all.